Hey, everybody. Just getting ready here. Tiny little bit of technical difficulties. But everything seems to be set up already. We'll go a couple more minutes and then we'll just start the show. Yo, Raw Cuts, you were the first here. And of course, Rashane. What's up, Rashane? Spider. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to say spider because there's a little picture of a spider there. What's up, spider or cider? Just gathering up here. Just another minute or so, and I'll just switch over and start the show. Simple Sam, nobody here. Wait, hold on. We're just arriving, man. We're just arriving. Simple Sam, what's for dinner? Gunther. Right, we have Marco from Serbia. Should I say dobro? Let's get this started. You guys are getting warmed up here in the chat. I'm just gonna get in there. Let's just switch. Hello, party people. We're back, or should I say dobro, or maybe schönen guten Abend to those that are in Germany and maybe in Serbia and in the United States. Yeah, hey, everybody. It's Abe Duque. I'm here again. It's Friday, 1 p.m. We do this every Friday. It's 343 TV. We stream and we make music and whatever you like. Lots of action in the chat already. Let's see. Krung says they like to have fun. And Famming says hello. Simple Sam, I don't know what you're having for... Oh, Simple Sam put out his menu for the evening. Frozen veggies and frozen potato wedges. Could be better, Simple Sam. TI-80 Mark. You know, TI-80 Mark, I've been watching your TikToks. You've been putting out some really fun TikToks. The video on there is really nice. You must be spending a lot of time and energy, and the music is really nice there too. Really nice stuff. Let's see, who else is here? Roy Strobel, Gunther's here, Spider or Cider, I don't know how to pronounce that. Of course, Rashane is here, and you know, when Rashane's here, it's all over, as I always tell Rashane. Yo Rockhuts was the first one in the chat today. Yeah, my name's Abe Duque again. I am an instructor at 343 Labs. We are a school. We have schools in New York, Berlin, and online. We have classes starting all the time. Please visit our website. Check it out. See what we got going on. If you like what you see today, maybe you can subscribe to our channel. We got, let's see how many you got. We broke the 28K barrier, and we're at 28.1 thousand subscribers, which is great. Also, if you like what you see, hit the like button. I like to impress my friends with that. Lots of action in the chat. Let's see. Yo Rucka says, I think I really need this episode. Really? I hope you do. Have to finish a mix and the track is getting hard. What is the final level of your mastering? -12 LUFS, -8, or do you think inside that range is okay? Great question. As for LUFS, you know, when LUFS first became a thing, I guess that would be something somewhere back in 2016 when I guess YouTube started the whole thing of the analyzing tracks and setting them up, you know, to correct their overall loudness. And then Spotify took on, and then it was only about streaming at that point anyway. So the LUFS thing becomes very important. People start to freak out about LUFS and about the LUFS number. And, you know, people start to come up with hacks for like how to make a better situation with LUFS. Maybe I've heard people say if you leave a space in the beginning of the track, the silence in there will bring down your LUFS, or maybe even start to write differently, where if you leave a big breakdown in the middle with more ambient stuff, there will be more, you know, the overall loudness will be lower and your LUFS score would be better, and therefore it wouldn't get lowered too much. And for a little while, I kind of drank the Kool-Aid with that and thought, oh, let's figure out ways of hacking the LUFS, and always obsessed looking at the LUFS, trying to figure out what LUFS would do for me and how I could have a better LUFS score. After a while, though, I didn't care anymore, because I realized that what do you do to get things loud? Well, you limit, right? So limiting is an important thing, important element in mastering. But you can't stop limiting, and there's a point where you could do too much limiting, and there is a value to the sound of a track once it goes under a limiter. It kind of presses it a bit together and makes it feel packaged. It makes it feel legit and put together. So I just use the limiter until I get that benefit from it, and after that, I know that if I push more, I'm just trying to make it louder. So I don't try to make it loud as much as I'm trying to make it packaged together. And once I got that going on, I just send it out. I don't even check the LUFS score anymore, to be honest. I shouldn't be saying that, but it's true. I don't. TI-80 Mark says, thanks, Abe. Glad you're digging my videos and songs. Yeah, TI, check out, if you guys are on TikTok, go and check out TI-80 Mark's TikTok videos. They're pretty fun. He could use some more likes on there for sure. Let's see. Danica Becker's here. Capers, Mr. Capers is here. That's great. Simple Sam, love hacking is Simple Sam. You're love hacking. Valentine's Day is not here, but you could be here for you if you want. Luffy Limits, says Roy Strobel. Have you heard of a clip to zero? Well, I heard of it now, and I guess I know what it means. It means to like get it to zero and maybe have it just get there and maybe just before or right at the clipping point, where for a long time, -0.3 had been the industry standard, and still somehow is. When you master a record, it always comes back -0.3. But there's no reason not to go straight to zero these days. as because I'll tell you, some of these tracks I'm hearing, some of these professionally mastered tracks and tracks that people are putting out are coming and playing back at +1, +2 on the DBFS scale, which should not be allowed, but it's happening. So whatever. Now they might get in trouble. People that do this, that make the mix louder than zero, they might get in trouble in a certain player, which it might not be able to handle that, and they'll have lots of distortion. It's happened to me before with like a cheap player, but if you have most of your devices will probably be able to deal with it. So +1, +2. I'm not recommending that you go there, but it's happening a lot. Wow, you guys are asking and talking a lot about stuff here. Simple Sam TikTok. I'm just on Instagram recently. Sam, you got to get with the times, man. Really, seriously. Yo, Rocos, I'm trying to get more volume on the mix by sending to bus parallel compression, but I hate when it's all squashed with compression. Yeah, I mean, I hate it when I think it sounds worse with complete limiting, which is much more squishing than compression. Compression at least breathes a little bit, like and will be allowed to go over a bit. When you have a ceiling that the limiter has, you're not going to have, you're not going to, it's just going to sound a lot more squished and devoid of dynamics, if you will. Oh, John Selway's here. Isn't that caused by intersample peaks? What are we talking about here, John? Intersample peaks. But let's see. Simple Sam says, but what should you continue with the times? TI-80 Mark, really cool stuff. Yeah, check that out. I don't know what John's talking about, but since John is here, John can tell you what he's doing tomorrow in his stream. We stream on Saturdays as well. Saturdays, John has his Techno Saturday show. And if he's around, sometimes I ask him to do this and he doesn't put it in there, but he put in the chat what we can be looking forward to tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Sometimes he doesn't do techno, he does electro. So we need to know, John, if you can read this or hear this, sorry. Suli Velasco is here. Send the police to their house. Okay. There's something going on there. Okay, lots of stuff. When you see peaks over zero on a master, when you see peaks over zero, yeah, they could be intersample peaks, or they could be just happening so fast that usually a meter won't catch it, because say like your Ableton meter can only catch stuff that happens that's 10 milliseconds or faster. Or slower. Anything under 10 milliseconds is not going to catch it. So so that could cause some problems if that's why you need a true peak limiter or most limiters these days, most pro limiters these days have a setting for true peak limiting. That means it's going to grab all those really fast moving peaks or intersample peaks, the stuff that happens, the interpolation that happens between the samples. But we're talking about super fast stuff here that sometimes we won't be able to catch, with a regular meter. Okay, John, if you can hear this, please let everybody know what's happening tomorrow. All right, so long greetings part of the show today, but why not? So let's go right into what we were doing last week, which was, if you were here last week, we were recording a track, and we kind of just made it up on the spot. And I set up a bunch of tracks. I don't know how many I did record. I recorded the master bus and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a few of them were stereo to record individual tracks on the mix that we were making. And I kind of just played a mix in live and just tried to get something going, and it actually worked out. We recorded a long time, though, about 11 plus minutes on there. We're gonna have to cut that down, but I wanted to I didn't touch it. I left it the way it was, and I wanted to kind of just work on it today with you guys in person, because I wanted to show you, what my process would be from, recording now that we've recorded, and it was a good recording. I listened to it a few times. It recorded really, really well. But now we need to kind of polish this off and maybe cut it down and maybe edit it a bit and maybe mix it a bit and do everything that we need to make this into a track. So let's get going here. So what I'm going to do before I get going is I'm going to set up my keyboard to get me a key command for the setting of the little markers here. So now that I've pressed the number 1, now that I've mapped it to the number 1, whenever I press the number 1, I'm going to be able to drop the marker. So I'm going to be listening to this live. I'm going to drop a marker when I think something should be done, and then I have a notepad here that I have ready where I'm going to write myself some information or some ideas about what to do at that point. So this should be kind of cool. So let me see if what's going on in the chat. Okay, lots of fun stuff. I don't want to get sucked back in there and I'm always checking. And so if you have a question or something that you want to talk about, just put it in there. But I can get pulled down your rabbit holes very easily. But I want to do this now. So let's start playing. And again, I'm ready and set up to drop markers. Here we go, and I'll show you. I'm sure what I mean. I just dropped the marker right now. See? Now that marker, I don't really need to put any information on, but that's just showing you how I can do this. Now I'm getting it ready here for the next marker. So it sounds pretty good. Bassline's pumping. Bassline's coming from the Moog Minotaur. Kick is TR8 playing the 707. 707, I think it's my favorite TR kick of all time. I love the 808, of course. I love the 909, of course. But the 707 just has this super punchy, correct thing to do. It gives room to any other bass that wants to be playing at the same time, like the Moog bass that's playing now. So it's kind of long. Maybe I'm going to shorten that. So I'll put under 1. Shorten a bit. So I'm going to drop another one there for 2. And I kind of like what happens there. So I'm not going to edit too much, but it's good to have these markers there to kind of move you through the different segments. Hi-hat came in just about right in time. A little bit of toying with the decay on the hi-hats, which is nice. So yeah, I'd like to hear something happening here. So 3, bring something. So yeah, either I'm going to bring something or I'm going to shorten it from 3 to maybe the next spot, maybe here. Because we got to cut this down. It can't be an 11-minute track. There's no way we should be having an 11-minute track. I mean, we can, but what DJ is going to play an 11-minute track? Unless they have to go to the bathroom. They drop the 11-minute track and then run to the bathroom real quick. Okay, the toms, feeling those toms. Okay, everything's developing nicely here. I think at 3, I wanted to bring something, but means cut between 3 and 4. 5th marker coming up, so I'll get ready for that. Yeah, so now it's starting to drag out a little bit as well. So I'm going to drop another marker there saying 5 cut a bit before, because I like what happened here where I put my marker. Sound pretty good though, all together. Okay, so just about the point where I think something needs to start changing here, like right here. And we're still kind of doing the same thing, a little more of it, but so I could cut it down there a bit. Maybe I can get an idea to like drop out, kick drop out. Kick's been going since the beginning. It haven't allowed it for it to breathe. So right around there is for probably where a good cut would be. So 7. All right. Okay. So now it came down to, and so 8. I'll drop another one there. 8. Nice, but maybe drop the kick as well here. So these are just ideas I'm getting. It's not, you know, etched in stone what I'm doing, but I need to find a way to organize myself here and organize my thoughts. If not, I'm gonna be like, yeah, see, that was nice. If I drop the kick before this bass line part comes in. So let's drop a marker there, marker number 9. So baseline 2. Okay, I like the high part that's coming in. Nice. So far, so good. And here, something should happen. I don't know what, but let's just say happen. Okay, well, that 303 came in. But I think now the bass line should be leaving us. So I'm dropping 11. I'm reminding myself to get that bass line out of there. It's just going on too long. Okay, like what's going on here. And we're up to 6 minutes. But I'm gonna be probably removing already like 2 or 3 minutes of what's been happening. All these little markers will be places where things will be going out. Yeah, that mofo is great, isn't it? Yeah, right here, something cool. So let's say that was marker number 12, I believe. 12. Okay. Okay, this is good, but just around here, something should happen. All right, hold on. All right, so it's too redundant. Nothing changing enough for me here. All of this, what we're listening to right now, is probably going to come out. So 13, cut. And don't be afraid to cut. One thing I see a lot of my students doing is that they get a little shy about cutting things out, taking things and throwing them away. I think maybe all the way up to right around here, where maybe the 14 is where we're going to bring back that bass. So we've been listening to it with the bass on for a while, but it's gonna be out and then it's gonna be coming back in there. 7 minutes. Yeah, we're into 8 minutes now. What do I want this ideally to be? So this should be a breakdown here, which is nice. Let's hear some sort of final breakdown, maybe. I got to think about how long I want this to finally be. That's a question. And I think, traditionally, I always made my tracks. I always had a number 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Even though these days tracks are a lot shorter than that. There's good stuff happening now. And I guess you're getting ready to do the outro. This will be the outro part right here. So this one, which number is this? This is number 16, is where outro will have to happen. And then everything after that, all that kind of crazy stuff that I did in there could be working really well in the outro. All right. So I think I got most of what I want to do. I'm just going to, for good form, listen to it. In the meantime, while we're listening, just remember, you're watching 343 TV. My name is Abe Duque. I'm an instructor at 343 Labs, which is a school, which, this channel comes from. We teach people how to produce, how to write, how to compose, how to mix, master, sound design, anything you want, really. Come and visit our website. Maybe you could take a class with us. We have classes starting all the time in our school in Berlin, in our school in New York, and of course here online. Sully Velasco says, send us the stems so we can arrange our versions and share with the chat. Maybe I'll set that up. That's going to be a hard one because it's going to be a huge file. But I'll think about that. Now TI-80 Mark is chiming in. Okay, if there's enough of you that want that, we might want to do that. But let's see. Let's see how many of you request that. I got 2. 2 is not enough. Okay, so yeah, this is all going to be outro stuff. So no more from there. It's okay. Good. All right. So let's go back to the one. So let's just make cuts. Let's just start cutting. So we need maybe 8 bars of what's happening right now, and that's it. Oh, your raw cuts is in too. Okay. We don't need more than that. We don't need more than 8 bars of this. So let's just take from number 9 to number 17. And let's see if there's anything happen at 17. No, we don't even need that much because it's just the same. I think it starts the Moog starts to modulate after a while. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if we could go to 25. Let's go to 25 to see how that cut feels. Let's just cut time here. And let's go back to this to see if it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Let's see. Maybe that went a little too fast. Let's see. Let's try that again. Let's hear from the top. I always like to get a running start with things. Got 4 in. I'm going to need 10 of you to request this, and then I'll do that. Suli, you can keep a count of all those that have voted to have the stems. Actually, that worked for me. I didn't notice any difference. Actually, you know what I could do? In order to make it smoother, I could take the bass. Where's the bass line? That Minotaur. I'm going to start it. I'm going to just yank it back so that'll be smoother. Watch. You'll hear this to be smoother. So let's see. Looks like that's everyone in the chat except for 343 Labs themselves. No, not everyone came out and said. Like Simple Sam didn't say anything, and Donica didn't say anything, and Gunther didn't say anything. Come on, guys. That was good. I like what just happened there. Okay, so on 2, that actually worked well. What happens on 2? But also, so long. We don't need it that long. Okay, that's kind of okay with the hi-hat coming in and the kind of opening and closing of the hi-hat. But right here, I'm going to make a cut because it's going to be too long. Just try to get it to like 4s and 8s, you know. That always kind of works. Like all this fun hi-hat stuff I'm doing here is all right, but I need something a little more dramatic to happen. See, it kind of pulls back again, so I'm just seeing where I'm going to go with this cut. Let's see, maybe all the way to 49. Let's see what happens at 49. All right, let's just cut already. Delete. Cut time, right? Oh, no, delete time. That's it. That's what we want. So let's see how it moves from there to there. Roy is shy. I'm cooking and doing laundry, but I said I was in. Oh, I heard you. Oh wait, let's hear that again. I think that was fine. It went for that one pattern. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, nice because the toms came in. I think very soon, like right here, I'm just gonna take a chance and drop out kicks. But how long? And maybe how much? Yeah, so maybe it could have came out a little earlier. So let's just do 2 and then delete time as well. We're chopping away to this, trying to make it a shorter time. All right, so just to say again, people are asking for the stems on this thing, and they want for people to do their own mixes and do whatever they want on this. So I'm asking if there's 10 people requesting the stems for this track on the chat, we'll go ahead and I'll organize these stems for you guys. Okay, so let's grab some more of this stuff here. Let's grab 4 here. I bet you if I could lose these 4 here and be fine with it. These 4. I'm gonna delete time here. Hey, if it's working, I don't care. Just cut away. Cosmic J, oi oi, fishing for sympathy here. Oh, sorry to hear that. Oh, tooth problems, looks like. Oh, I hate that. That's good. Feeling this. Let's see, 6 are coming up. What do we put on 6? Yeah, we should cut. So I'm gonna cut these 4. Just cutting. Let's pull back. And this will get going faster. You'll see, it'll make a lot more sense even. Because even though we're kind of cutting abruptly what I did in one long pass, it was still the same arc, and the arc just kind of it tells the story faster, and that's what I'm into right now. Yeah, that was good. Right there where that happened, I'm gonna drop the kick out again. Right there for 4 bars. See what happens. You know what? I also want this this circuit TR8 track to kind of come out there as well. Let's see what happens. Maybe I have to filter it out, but let's see what happens. Ooh, kind of abrupt, but let's see. Yeah, a little abrupt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a filter in here. And just record a little filter drop on this at that point, which I'm doing right now. All right, that might have worked. That little movement there with the filter. I can re-edit that later. All right, did that bass line come in yet? No, it's about to come in, and there's a lot of time here of nothing happening. So I'm going to cut, say, starting here maybe, and go back a good 4, or what do I have there? 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way over here. See what happens if I do this. And delete time. I'm not playing games here. Let's go to that little break that we created. But, you know, it's amazing. This is coming together really fast. And an arrangement is just... Okay, that was a little rough there, but I think I should just bring the kick where that comes in, right there. So I'll just keep the kick out and make it go out there. Nice. Yeah. Good. Okay, now this is coming in. Yes, this could be a little louder. Let's bring this up. Maybe some effect. It's kind of dry. It's like totally dry. Remember, you could go to overview here and look at your arrangement right here on the session view. Let's go back a little. What's good about this? Ah, Jan Kolonowski is here. Okay, let's get the... What about the echo? Oh yeah, that feels good. Maybe not too much. Just enough to spice it up. Oh yeah, see, that's much better. Could be a little lower now. Not too low. How far do we get? So we've cut down a good couple of minutes at least. And for the sake of moving this along, I'm going to stop it for a second. For the sake of moving this along, now you can see how we grabbed this whole beginning and pretty much got something going till about 3 minutes now, or a little, 2.5. We could probably go in here and cut out another 30 seconds in the beginning here. But this is good. It's good to like get a bunch of stuff out and then continue to compress until it works perfectly. We're doing all right. We're doing all right here. So, but for now, let me just write a couple of things down. For now, I don't want to continue cutting because we'll probably go all the way till 2 o'clock cutting. I want to address other things. So at the same time that I'm doing this, I normally also start addressing the mix. And, you know, every part is just recorded dry. There's a little bit of reverb on some of the like Eurorack stuff, but like the kick, for example, let's look at the kick on this. It's just there and it has nothing on it. So let's beef this up, and maybe together with the main bass line. And let's have a look. And I always need to have a look first at what's going on. Since it's 4 on the floor, I'm gonna do that cutting thing where I cut the low end under 20 hertz. I don't do that all the time, but if it's 4 on the floor and I need to like have it battle a bass line, I'm gonna make it better for itself. Or if I'm gonna add more of a different type of bass, which I'm about to do right now, and you guys know what I'm about to do, I'm gonna grab some Pultec. We love the Pultec around here because we know that that type of bass is hard to compete with, especially for dance music. So let's grab that Pultec EQ P1A, drop that in there, and add a little bottom boost at 30 hertz. Yeah, a little more actually. So this doesn't have too much boom to play with. And one of my old tricks to get boom going and something like a 707 is to like get this happening and find a good boomy frequency to boost here, and then pull back on it a little bit. That's going to give us a lot more for the Pultec to latch onto. You see how that? Maybe that's a little too much. But do that. If you ever have a kick that, could use some boom, you could find the boom very nicely by just getting a little very narrow bell and then just boosting it and finding the frequency. You could start around 50 hertz. 50 hertz is a good spot for boom. If you look at the drum bus, there's a boom knob on there that adds 50 hertz. Right now we're naturally taking the 50 hertz that's in this already, and then with that we can push the Pultec on there, and it's a lot better. And because of what we just did, I'm probably going to want to compress it just a little bit, just to add maybe a glue compressor for lots of reasons, not only for compression's sake. If I wanted just compression, I would get a more precise compressor. I want a little bit of compression, and I want maybe also some how should I say, a sonic hug. Dan Wyatt used to say that at Dubspot, the sonic hug. All right, let's play that together with the mix. See, now we're talking. Now we're cooking. Now let's look at the kick, because these guys got to work together. So where's that kick? That kick is the Minotaur. So usually I like to bring my kick and my basses right next to each other, so that, because these are the ones that are going to have to really play nice together. So let's get those going. Going to loop this area here somewhere. Or maybe I just started from the beginning and then just solo the kick and the bass. There's only 8 people. Sorry, guys. TI-80 Mark is trying to recruit some more for the STEM situation, but there's only 8 people. I can't do it unless I get 10. By the way, if you like what you're seeing, please hit the like button. All right, so I'm going to go look at the Minotaur once again. And when I say go look, I really mean that. I want to see what's happening here. I want to make a note of what frequency it is playing at. So it's a 32 hertz note, very low note. And the kick is going to be based around, let's see, where's the spectrum device on this guy? The kick is going to be based around a little bit higher than that, so it's not much of a competition, which is really nice. But I'm going to probably put a little bit of compression. I won't do any side chaining or anything, because they're really not competing for anywhere in the mix. They're not competing for any frequencies, because one is 32 and one is in the 60s. So, but to get it a little tighter, we're just going to add a little bit of glue compression on that, and maybe glue compress them together after that. See what that does. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it works nicely. Sometimes it's neither here nor there. Audible Video is wondering what the stems are that we're talking about. You guys can fill Audible Video in on what's going on. Lurkers, says Simple Sam. Okay, let's get some. So one of the things is this is a very low frequency bass line, right? So this 32 hertz, a lot of speakers can't even, like home speakers, a lot of home speakers can't even create 32 hertz. Some of them, cut off at like 38. So because of that, I'm adding the glue compressor, which tends to like squeeze the very bottom and add more harmonics to the top or the higher end. So there'll be a lot more to latch onto. So if I drive it a little more than usual, this will cut through a lot more in the mix. And one more thing that I really like to do is add some air to kicks. I mean, to kicks and basses. And I'm gonna just add a little air with the Neve 1073. So where are we here? I need a 1073, please. That's my favorite air machine. Air is, all those high frequencies that are found after the sibilance zone. And this shelf will make that cut through. It doesn't seem like much, but in the mix, somehow it's a miracle. Let's go back to the top. Do I ever use the soft clipper? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not in this soft clipping introduces a bit of limiting in there. There's none of this going on in the actual SSL G series compressor. This is an addition that Ableton put in there, but actually Cytomic. This is a Cytomic product. Yeah, they're working nicely together, those guys. So that circuit kind of just came in. Maybe I wanted to I have a filter in there already, so I'm gonna just make this filter kind of come in like this. See how that works. See what happens here, because it just kind of abruptly came in. Since I have this filter in here already, I'm just gonna take advantage of that. Do I worry about the phase between the kick and the bass? Yeah, maybe I should, but these are mono. Let's once again, the frequencies are different, but now that you've said this, I'm going to go ahead and put these in bass mono, both of these, under the utility. Where's the utility here? So where is the utility? At the end here. So if I drop on this one, I'll put it first here so that all the subs will be in mono. And the same thing here for the kick, that the subs are in mono. Now there could be an issue still, but again, one of the first things you should do when you're dealing with that kick and bass combination is have a look at where the frequencies are. So the kick is around 50 hertz, maybe a little higher. There's a lot going on here, which is around 60 hertz, and the bass line, the main bass line part is 32 hertz. It's very low, very low. Let me just confirm that one more time. So yeah, look, it's right there, 32, 33 hertz. So really not at all coming together. And let's see what this looks like on the master. I'm gonna drop a spectrum on the master and just look at what the kick and the bass do by themselves. See, here's the bass all by itself, and here's the kick all by itself. Ideal. This is ideal scenario, and this goes for anything: hip hop, trap, house music, anything. If you have a kick and a bass that just don't, kind of intrude or encroach upon each other's sort of regions, then you have the best case scenario for clarity. John wants to know what the whole mix sounds like in mono. Yeah, we could organize that, but I gotta keep moving here. You guys could try it out at home if you want. Let's see what else we have here. John, once again, tell everybody what you're doing tomorrow on your show. John streams at 1 o'clock for his Techno Saturdays, but sometimes it's Electro Saturdays, and sometimes he has guests, and sometimes he doesn't, and sometimes he's got special equipment that he wants to show off, and sometimes he does something else. If you hear this, John, please tell everybody what it is that we're doing, or you're doing. Okay, so good. Here we go. What else do we have here as far as mixing goes? We can try it out at home when when he provides the stems. Okay, did we get the 10 people that we asked for the stems to materialize for you guys? And by the way, this bass, a lot of these elements are recorded in mono. There's only a few things there's only one thing that got recorded in stereo. And I didn't even record the effects. John wants to keep everybody guessing when it comes to his show tomorrow. I think that means that John himself is guessing what his show tomorrow is going to be. Sorry, John, throwing you under the bus like that, but yeah, tune into his show. It's really, it's our what do we call it? Our flagship stream we have here. It's the most watched, most attended, most loved show we have here. So don't miss it tomorrow at 1 p.m. Yo Rockhouse says, yes, we have 10, and we didn't forget the stems from John from the last stream. John gave stems? Okay, yeah, John does live under a mysterious veil. So, okay, it seems like you guys all kind of chimed in. I'm going to say there were 10 people. So what I'm going to do is I can't do it for today because I got to organize this project into some sort of setup. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it on my cloud, and next week I'll see if I could, or maybe I'll put it in the comments later on. Maybe tomorrow or today. I'll put it in the comments of this where the comments come up for this stream, and then you guys can have a look in there and maybe grab them and start doing something with them. See, right there was like a little reversey thing that happened. I might want to get rid of the mofo there. So right there, hold on. I'll make another cut here, because that mofo's got to come out after a while. Right there. See what happens here. Just cut that out. I gotta get that better. Hold on. I'm gonna put an effect. All right, so here's how I'm gonna do this transition here. Go back to here, and I'm gonna record a bigger effect. Did it too early. So let's look at that though. Where is it? Mofo. And I think I need to touch that again so I could see the automation lane. I thought I automated that. Well, let's try that again. Let's undo that. And let's record that again. Too much going on here. So I want to come out with the mofo here. I'm going to use a little bit of extra effects just around this edge to get that going. I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at it. Not fast enough. Dang it. All right. And it wasn't recording for some reason. Well, maybe it was. Maybe I just didn't look at the right automation lane for it. Yeah, it's here. So let's raise this a little more. But earlier. So let's write a pencil envelope here. Let's do that. See what happens. And then bring it down over here. We don't need it after that. Let's see what happens. Maybe the kick comes out there as well. You know, you got to try things. You know, when I get to this point of a mix, right? To me, it's usually it's going to be kind of a puzzle that I'm trying to put together, you know. So this puzzle is probably going to take an hour or two of me just sitting there kind of playing around with and tweaking it out. Some people take a lot longer than that. Nice. Snare should come out though. Snare doesn't belong in there anymore as well. Yeah, let's take that out there. Maybe the 303 should be out as well. See, less is more. You gotta take things out. Things sound better when they're out. Really, in music, especially in music, less is definitely more. There's a couple other parts I would take out, but for now, this is working. Hey, by the way, if you like what you see, please give me a like. Hit the like button. And subscribe to our channel. We're trying to keep on building this channel. 28.1K at the moment. We'd like to get to 29 before the end of the year. Or 30 before the end of the year would be great. Also, come check us out tomorrow at 1 o'clock for John's show. And if you like what you see, maybe visit our website, 343labs.com, where we can check out our class schedule. If you want, you can take a class with John or with me or with so many different very talented instructors that we have. We have new classes starting all the time. Also, check out 343 Studio, which is our another kind of, I like to call this a dojo. It's a dojo for producers to work out their chops. You don't necessarily want to take a whole class of a specific topic or, you know, subject. Maybe you just come in and join the 343 Studio. We have like mentoring sessions and collaboration sessions and a dojo. We have an actual Ableton dojo, which I run there. We have feedback sessions. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, it's getting to that time of the day where we need to stop it. I'm going to save it where it's at. And I guess eventually I'm going to wrap this up into some stems for you guys so that you guys could make your own mix. It's actually sounding pretty good. Now, some of the effects that I have in there might not work with you guys, so it's okay because the kicks and the bass, you know, you could put your own effects on there. I won't freeze the tracks or anything. I'll just give you exactly what I have here now. All right, so the end has come for our class today, or for our stream today. TI-80 Marks says, good stuff. Really dig this. And yes, everybody check out TI-80 Marks TikTok. It's remarkable, really cool, fun to watch and listen to videos. I guess that's it. I guess I should just sign off. It's sad. It went so fast this time, and I'm very happy that that you all came in here, and it really feels like a little family. You guys are all talking and fighting and laughing, crying, hugging in the chat. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. I'll see you all next Friday. With that, bye-bye.